Has the silence from the Boston Celtics war room been deafening? A quiet hum of anticipation that has left the fan base restless, wondering when or if their championship aspirations would truly be addressed? For weeks, the air around Boston has been thick with speculation, with whispers of roster needs and strategic maneuvers. And then, almost without fanfare, a move was made, a transaction that on the surface might seem minor, but beneath the surface could be one of the most pivotal of their entire offseason. But what if this seemingly understated signing is not just about filling a roster spot, but about bracing for a storm, a strategic pivot in the face of an unforeseen challenge that could redefine their entire season? We're talking about the Boston Celtics acquisition of Chris Boucher, the versatile big man from the Toronto Raptors, a move that came swiftly on the heels of the Georges Niang trade. This isn't just a simple exchange of players, it's a chess move with significant financial implications and, perhaps more importantly, a direct response to the most pressing and unsettling news emanating from the Celtics camp, the potential absence of their undisputed superstar, Jayson Tatum, for a significant portion of the upcoming season. Yes, you heard that right. While the league buzzes with blockbuster trades and superstar movements, Boston is quietly yet urgently shoring up its roster, not just for a championship push, but potentially for a season where their cornerstone might be sidelined. I'm Chase Sr., and you're tuned into the NBA Court Report, where we're about to peel back the layers of this fascinating and potentially season-defining signing. The Niang departure, a strategic salary dump, with a familiar return. Let's first unravel the threads of the Georges Niang trade, the precursor to the Boucher signing. In a move that was as much about financial maneuvering as it was about roster optimization, the Celtics sent Georges Niang back to the Utah Jazz. For Niang, it's a reunion as he previously played for the Jazz from 2018 to 2021. For the Celtics, it was a clear salary dump, offloading Niang's $8.2 million expiring contract directly into the John Collins trade exception that Utah had acquired from its deal with the Clippers. This wasn't just about clearing a roster spot, it was a calculated move to save a significant chunk of change. The financial implications of this trade are staggering. By moving Niang, the Celtics reportedly saved roughly $40 million in luxury tax. In today's NBA, where every dollar counts, especially for teams consistently in contention and deep into the tax, this kind of savings is monumental. It provides crucial breathing room beneath the dreaded second apron, a new and stringent financial barrier that penalizes high-spending teams. Even after the Niang trade and the subsequent Boucher signing, the Celtics remain $12 million over the luxury tax line and $4 million over the second apron, highlighting just how tight their financial situation is. This move, therefore, was a masterclass in fiscal responsibility, allowing them to remain competitive while mitigating some of the punitive luxury tax penalties. To sweeten the deal for Utah, Boston included 2 second-round picks, the better of their 2031 pick and Cleveland's, acquired in the Kristaps Porzingis trade, and the better of their 2027 pick in Orlando's, which Boston had received back as part of a package that brought them Max Shulga and Amari Williams in a trade back from the number 32 overall pick in June's NBA draft, a pick they originally traded for Evan Fournier in 2021. These picks, while valuable, were a small price to pay for the substantial tax relief. The Jazz, in return, sent two-way forward R.J. Luis Jr., an undrafted free agent wing from St. John's, back to Boston. While Luis's immediate future with the Celtics is unclear, given the team's current two-way roster spots, his inclusion was likely more of a formality for salary matching purposes. The Niang departure also resolved an awkward 2-month saga for Celtics fans who hadn't exactly welcomed the Lawrence native with open arms after his 2023 playoff spat with Jaylen Brown. While Brown and Niang reportedly reconciled last month, the positional overlap with Sam Hauser and Boston's younger wings made Niang a logical candidate to be moved. This one-for-one swap was the only option for moving his salary before September, making the trade a timely and necessary maneuver. The frontcourt void, a desperate need for size and versatility with Niang gone, the Celtics immediately faced a glaring need in their frontcourt. Their center rotation was looking thin, with only Nemias Quetta, Luke Garza, and Xavier Tillman Sr. as established bigs. While Tillman is a solid defensive presence and Quetta and Garza offer different skill sets, the team lacked a versatile, athletic big who could stretch the floor and provide depth at both the power forward and center positions. This was the biggest skill set they lacked, especially after conceding the departure of Al Horford, who had provided that crucial blend of size and spacing. The Celtics had reportedly shown interest in other bigs, including Ben Simmons, and Charles Bassey had maintained intrigue for filling that role. However, with the signing of Chris Boucher, Boston has seemingly found their answer. Boucher's one-year, $3.3 million contract is a veteran minimum deal, which actually counts as a $2.3 million cap hit due to a rule designed to incentivize teams to sign experienced players. This makes him an incredibly cost-effective acquisition, especially for a team as tax-strapped as the Celtics. This signing also brings the Celtics' offseason roster spots to a full 21, including reported camp signings Hayden Gray, Aaron Scott, and Jalen Bridges, along with RJ Luis Jr. and Boucher. While some of these players are Exhibit 10/camp players, likely destined for Maine's G League roster, the sheer volume of additions signals a clear intent to build out a deeper, more versatile roster. Chris Boucher. The Raptors' loss, Boston's gain? So, what exactly are the Celtics getting in Chris Boucher? The 6 feet, 9 inches big man spent several seasons with the Toronto Raptors, where he developed a reputation as an athletic, energetic, and versatile frontcourt player. In recent years, Toronto had begun to move him more to the perimeter, a shift from his earlier career, where he played over 80% of his minutes as a traditional big man. This positional versatility is precisely what makes him such an attractive fit for Boston. Boucher's ability to space the floor is a critical asset. Last season, he shot an impressive 39% on corner threes and 36.3% on 3.9 overall attempts per game, the second-best mark from beyond the arc of his career. This makes him a legitimate large for who can space the floor, a skill set that the Celtics desperately needed, especially with the potential absence of Jayson Tatum. His shooting ability will help open up driving lanes for the guards and create space for the team's offensive sets. Beyond his shooting, Boucher brings a host of other valuable skills. He's a savvy cutter, adept at finding open spaces off the ball. He's also a strong per-minute rebounder, averaging 10.4 career rebounds per 36 minutes, which will be crucial for a Celtics team that sometimes struggles on the glass. Furthermore, he runs the floor exceptionally well on offense, fitting perfectly into Boston's fast-paced, transition-oriented style of play. Defensively, he's known for patrolling the backline, providing rim protection, and disrupting passing lanes. While he may not switch as often as his frame might suggest, he rarely fouls, which is a valuable trait for a big man. Toronto moved on from Boucher to provide minutes to its younger frontcourt players, but his departure creates a significant opportunity for him in Boston. The Celtics will need him to produce in a far greater role than he played in recent seasons. It's easy to imagine him playing more than 25 minutes per game for the Celtics, a level he only approached in 2021 when he finished 8th in Sixth Man of the Year voting. He'll score, rebound, and provide a much-needed injection of athleticism and versatility into their frontcourt. The looming shadow of Tatum's absence and Boucher's elevated role, this is where the Chris Boucher signing takes on an even greater significance. The information indicates that one of the Celtics' most critical players, Jayson Tatum, will likely miss most of the season. This is a seismic development that fundamentally alters the team's outlook and elevates the importance of every single roster move. If Tatum, their undisputed offensive engine and MVP candidate, is sidelined, the burden on the remaining players, particularly those in the frontcourt, will be immense. In this context, Chris Boucher isn't just a depth signing. He becomes a vital piece of the puzzle. His ability to play both power forward and center, to stretch the floor, and to contribute on the boards will be absolutely critical. He will be asked to step into a far larger role than initially anticipated, potentially even challenging for a starting spot depending on the night and how reliably Quetta and Garza fill minutes at center. His versatility will allow Coach Mazzella to experiment with different lineups and adapt to the challenges posed by Tatum's absence. While Boucher has had a reliable health record for several seasons, he did log only 50 games in each of the last 2 years. This is a minor concern, but one that the Celtics will undoubtedly monitor, especially if he's expected to carry a heavier workload. The team will need him to stay healthy and consistently produce if they hope to navigate a season without their superstar. A calculated gamble. Boston's response to uncertainty this Celtics offseason, initially marked by an eerie silence, has now revealed itself to be a period of calculated maneuvering. The Niang trade was a shrewd financial move, clearing cap space and providing flexibility. The Chris Boucher signing, while seemingly modest, is a direct and impactful response to a critical roster need, now amplified by the potential absence of Jayson Tatum. This isn't just about adding depth, it's about adding a versatile, cost-effective player who can fill multiple roles and potentially absorb a significant portion of the offensive and defensive responsibilities in a challenging season. This move underscores the Celtics' commitment to staying competitive even in the face of adversity. They've addressed their frontcourt void with a player who fits their system, provides much-needed spacing, and offers valuable athleticism. The questions now shift to how effectively Boucher integrates, how much he can elevate his game in a larger role, and how the team as a whole responds to the monumental challenge of potentially playing without their best player. This isn't just a signing, it's a statement of intent, a calculated gamble that could define the Celtics season. So, what are your immediate thoughts on the Celtics signing of Chris Boucher, especially now with the context of Jayson Tatum's potential absence? Do you believe this move is enough to keep them competitive? Or are you worried about the road ahead? Jump into the comments below and let your voice be heard. I want to know what you're thinking. And if you found this deep dive into the Celtics' strategic offseason moves insightful and engaging, show your support by smashing that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the NBA Court Report for more exclusive analysis and breaking news that keeps you ahead of the game. Your passion fuels this channel, and together, we'll navigate every twist and turn of this incredible NBA season.